What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Back with another episode, man. Group Home Millionaires, episode number 8, man. I can't believe it, man. I got a superstar in the building, Mr. Nick Drake, real estate guru, man. Not only here in Cleveland, but nationally, man. I'm so glad to have you, Nick, man. What's going on, bro?
Man, I'm honored. I'm honored to be here. Thankful. Actually grateful. I'm speechless, actually, man, to be sitting here in front of you on your platform. Man, I just give you all the praise, man. I'm proud of you, and I'm happy.
I appreciate that. We give God the praise also, and Nick, it's our platform, man. They keep it real with you, man, and I'm just so grateful to have you, man. You're doing some big things here in the city of Cleveland and also nationally, man. Let's tell the people how we met, man.
Man, where do I begin? We actually met through one of our good brothers, Nate, and we met at his wedding. Actually, it was out of the country. That was when I met you. And I heard good things about you. I already knew you was a good person of character because of the company that we keep. And I know you are a high person of integrity. So Once I met you, it's just been popping ever since.
Absolutely, man. So initially, me and Nick Drake met in Cancun, like he just said, but just started to see his body of work, man, the way he loved his family, the way that he loved the people. You know, he gives back down on 2100. Nick Drake is posted up. You know, we'll get his social media. You'll see him posted up with his truck and some of his guys that he does a lot of business with. Posted up at 2100, passing out sandwiches, food and water, all the above, man, and just that's attractive to me. You know how we all know we all straight here, so we talking about what's attractive, what you were attracted to. I saw his work ethic. I seen the things that he was doing in the community. Great energy, man, and I just really want to be a part of the process. With what you're doing and then what I'm doing. So I really wanted to come on here. This is a little curveball because we're talking about real estate now, but I really want you to talk to the people because it is group homes, but we surrounding, it's about the relationships that surrounding the group home business as well. And then we can't run our business as operators without housing.
Exactly.
So that's where you come in at, Nick, and other individuals that's moving mountains around not only the city but the nation. Shout out to Beyond Win. Shout out to King. You know, been in contact with those guys. You know, we're gonna definitely do some big things. And I know those are some of your fellow peers as well as mentors as well. So shout out to them. But you know, can you tell us? What it looks like, you know, for an operator. Let's just start here. For an operator like myself or Miss Cat that was on the other episode, and let us know what type of relationship we can form with a property owner or a real estate guy like yourself to really move in the realm so the numbers make sense to all parties and at the same time, you can start building that relationship so you're able to go duplicate properties, duplicate that process, and be able to, we'll be in a positive as far as our income and what we're doing as providers, but at the same time, you be in a positive, and that can all make sense. Right. So can you elaborate on that a little bit?
I would like to say, for me, in understanding the experience, right now, this is my first time doing it, right? And I'm thankful through you, a relationship, a referral came right to me, told me her vision, told me what she was looking to do. And we actually went and executed, you know, got through the whole process of understanding that first, it's the vision. It's what are you looking to do? It's how can we basically assist you and how can I add value to what you're doing and how can you add value to me, who I represent, and then we can continue this relationship. So through that whole process of understanding those simple principles, it was basically find a house. Okay, cool. You're paying market rate rent. Okay, whatever you choose to do within the guidelines of the property, as long as you don't tear it up, we're good. We're good. And that was basically it. She came to me. She told me what she wanted to do. We executed again. And right from there, we got the ball running. The thing that I learned through this whole process, it was a waiting game. You have to be patient, and understanding that patience comes with when you're in position, the property can be vacant for X amount of many days. But just understanding that what's the finish line, right? See the end in the beginning. I knew once we get one, I'm sending you 6 more. I'm sending you 10 more. Because as they come in, now my clientele, hey, this is what we doing. Either you can run with it or you can wait. So it's all about, hey, listen, I got 10 houses. What you want to do?
Oh, so that's music to our ears, man. You said a key thing about waiting, because I remember my first property, it took me about 90 days to really get somebody in there, to really get it in a positive form. So we talking about me leasing that at 2,100. We're looking at 6,000 and some change.
That's a hefty expense if you don't have the income coming in. Now, keep in mind, the clientele that I deal with, these properties don't carry mortgages. So these properties are bought free and clear. So now even if they look to refinance, that's good coming back on the rental statements. Now you take the property to the bank, put a mortgage on it, and you're still winning because now the group home is in there. They're going to cover the mortgage. And you're still going to walk away. Now we can go and recycle that money and do the same thing with another property and another zip code, and then funnel it right back to the same group home.
Yes.
Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat. Yes. That's very important, man. And one of the key things you said about, knowing that relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a major key. If you guys haven't built relationships out in the community, if no one could vouch for you or really say that, you're good to go, it's going to take you a longer time to be able to get these rental properties. I have a group home millionaires, and I'm just about to hit about 1,000 members inside the group, and I see.
Congratulations!
Thank you very much.
1,000, man. Wow.
Yeah, but it's people from LA all across the nation to New York City, and a lot of people have issues with landowners renting to them, and I don't necessarily get into the comments about what's going on with them, but I know it's something missing. It's a relationship missing. It's it's sometimes your numbers is not there.
For sure.
You haven't reached out to enough people. Are you saying the right things? I like to use the 4 M's. I'm about to hit you with it, Drake. So the 4 M's, Nick: money, manage, monitor, and maintenance. So when I'm coming to a new property owner or a person that may be possibly leasing me the property, money. Do I offer you 90 days in advance with the security deposit? I know that's enticing. Hey, Nick, I see that you want $1,200 for this house on Zillow. I'll actually give you the security deposit and 3 months rent. Who am I writing the check out to? Say,
I like that. Me, right now.
So that's one, all right? Manage. I'm going to let you know the property is going to be 24-hour managed by my managers that either drop in or I actually have house fathers inside the house. So that's enticing to you as well. So it's going to be managed 24 hours. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm not, you know what? It's so funny that you put those 4 M's out. I think for me, and I speak for probably other people in real estate, that you will alleviate a lot of the questions that halt a lot of people who can't get, well, I say can't, I say who have hard times getting approved for rental. Like when you start talking about 3 months rent, I don't even need to question your credit. I already kind of know you're a good person because if you're running this, now the background isn't even a problem. And those are pretty much the 2 things that halt a lot of people, which I would say in the Cuyahoga County, this is a high renters market, right? So those are 2 key things right there that, oh man, I just know he came with the money, and I know I got his ID. He told me what he did. We saw his articles, We saw his LLC, his certificate of goods. It's his. Take it off, right? With those 4, yeah, that's a gem right there within itself. Because if you tell anybody, 9 times out of 10, When do you want the keys?
I take them when I write the check.
Okay, well that's cool
and I
too.
keep the checkbook with me.
Okay.
As long as my accounting services said I can write that check, I'm good.
I got you.
But the last two is monitored, and that's just the cameras being set up on the property wherever it's allowed to be set up at, and then maintenance. If I have a handyman that I can call to fix plugs and doorknobs and things of that nature, and don't have to call you, I'm not being a headache, and you just collecting. Those are 4 M's, man. That's going to really help you guys, lease a property instead of, and that way, now you're starting to build some revenue off that leased property, and you're able to move to the next phases, which Nick just said he has 10 properties. Are you ready to get started? So, it's managing your money and doing the right steps like that to accumulate some income and be in a positive equity, so you can kind of move forward with that, man.
For sure.
So that's cool, man. So tell me about some of your humble beginnings, man, and how you started into real estate, and what your portfolio used to look like then versus where it is now.
Oh man, God is good. I just say that first because my story is a little bit different than most people, right? And I say that because 13 years ago, this is the 13th year, so I lost my mother. So October, buried my mother, then my son came, right? So it's kind of like a bittersweet moment. But through that time and me losing something that was so precious to me, I really made me grow up. Like, I think a lot of people, they take for granted their parents, or they take for granted people who mean the most to them, and really not understanding that tomorrow isn't promised, right? And through that time, when I got started since 2015, it made me really understand the value of time and relationships, of just coming from where I came from. I had 4 jobs at one time. I worked 4 jobs for probably about maybe 8 to 10 years, 4 jobs. Right, I had my own cleaning company. I worked at Foot Locker, worked for Giant Eagle, Riser Foods, Get Go, worked for Metro Health, and then had my CDL. So I'd be doing truck driving, little shipping, delivery, things like that, to just put food on the table and take care of my kids at the same time, make sure that my family didn't go without. And then through that time, I got my life insurance and health license to understand the meaning and the value of what it meant to have life insurance, right? I think we as a Black community, we are uneducated when it comes to those simple things of why life insurance isn't just for death. Like, how do you leverage life insurance? Do you know exactly what $1 million looks like tomorrow for your family to wake up tax-free? Right? That's just one of the key components through my humble beginnings to where I'm at now, and starting out since 2015 and understanding that buying my first property cash, to whereas now I can do, I can't even call out a number. But I'm in position to whereas, like, literally I can really like corner the market and make cash offers, and that's just the relationships of working, becoming a partner within the companies that I represent, to whereas if you put a bid in, I can outbid you. Just understanding those things from the beginning to now, I'm experienced. Like, I learn before I earn. So the money comes after. I don't like the money. That's nothing. I can create money like out of thin air, just by bringing the proper deal to the right person. If I say, Mr. Group Homes, I got this 10 property portfolio package. These are the numbers. You might want to partner with me on this and just become a partner, and then let's pull it down together.
Yes.
And then now you just do whatever you need to do, but the numbers make sense for me every month. So now I can wake up every day and do what I love to do. Right? Do what I love to do.
Love to do.
Versus what I have to do. See, when you wake up every day and you get to do things, it's a different feeling. Because I'm not on your time. I'm on God's time, and whoever he put before me, I can do whatever I choose to do. Right? When the more houses, I look at it like this, the more properties I own, the less I need to worry about anything. The more properties I own, because you figure each door at a minimum is $500 a door. So if I own 10, what does that look like per month? And in Cuyahoga County, that's more than the average person makes per month, tax-free. Per month.
I see.
Like, yeah, that's just a basic, right?
Basic, yeah.
But you figure out how many doors do you need per month to replace your working income, and you work towards that goal. So now once you gain your time back, you could do what you love to do, and you do it freely, right? Like money comes to me freely, easily, and abundantly.
I heard that affirmation, man.
It just comes to me, right? Through relationships, right? And I just speak from a place of, it's not about the money. It's about what type of service am I giving to the people. For real, if you focus more so on the people, I ain't worried about the money. I wake up tomorrow, I got 100,000. I could wake up tomorrow, I'm negative 150. Yeah. But I know with my brain.
I know about both of those.
Me too, because you an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Right? When you an entrepreneur, time is different. You're going to wake up tomorrow, bank account negative, but all the bills is paid. Mm-hmm. You wake up the next day, now I'm up $3,000. See, it's kind of like it's a game, but you know, like, two, it comes from discipline, right? You go back to 2015 and now I'm nowhere where I imagined I would be, but that's by the grace of God. Like, seriously. Mm-hmm. Just understanding that the power of credit. Back then, I had 450 credit score. I filed 2 bankruptcies. Mm-hmm. But by the grace of God, my portfolio don't show that. I don't look like what I've been through. Literally. If I wanted to sell a house, to just go do what I want to do, I could just sell a house. Turnkey.
I love that. Turnkey ready.
Like, somebody gonna buy it. Because you figure you get a house, it's a tenant in there, it's well maintenance, kept, everything good to go. Why wouldn't you buy this house for $30,000 or $40,000? It's not market rate and it's off market. I'm dealing right with you.
Direct connect.
You buy this, and then with what you do, you already counting your rooms for the beds.
Yeah,
so you already done counted how much you gonna make off of this whole play. So your return on investment, it actually becomes, infinite. For real.
Yeah.
But when you with the right people, now let's just say we go swipe a credit card and buy that house. Now we talking about something totally different. We spent credit to look good. We iPhones on credit. Imagine paying for a house on credit.
Hamburger.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's from 2015 to now. Like, where I was at, nah. I'm only 35. So I retired. 2020, I walked away. I told my boss, listen, you going to give me what I want, or today is my last day. And you know what he told me? We can't give it to you. I said, here go my keys, here go my phones, my pager. Give me my retirement. I'm going to take it and roll it over into a traditional IRA. I'm going to wait 60 days. I'm going to pull it all out tax-free. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to go buy me an apartment building. And I'm not going to pay taxes on none of that money I took out. My expenses, it's too much. My accountants love what I do because I know how to move the money to where it makes sense. Like, when you understand the game and you learn this, it's different. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Mm-hmm. Like, it's in the books.
It is.
That was the first book I read that changed my life.
Yours and mine both.
Read it.
I was working at the airport when I read that book.
I read that book at a cash register, and my boss kept saying, you can't read at the cash register. I said, man, listen, I'm reading this. However many days it took, but then I started executing and implementing the simple steps of knowing what assets or liabilities is.
How can we afford this house?
Like, yeah.
No, we can't. No, we can't afford it.
Hold on. What? Because one bank turns you down don't mean the next 6 and won't. Learn how to play the game. When they pull your credit score, all of them can't pull you down at the same time. Not all of them. But the thing of it is it's knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. When you speak about credit, why do so many people have high car loans? Your credit is jacked up. You ain't even got a good enough credit profile. Go to your credit union first. Local credit union at that. Mm-hmm. Know the game you playing. You can sit back and just wait. But you don't know the rules of the game, so you can't play the game right. You playing from behind because you failed to read. You just going off the flow. Yeah, I know this is what my cousin JoJo taught me. This little man and them doing this down the street.
Barbershop talk.
Come on, man.
Yeah, then when you heard you can start one of those group homes. Have mercy.
Right. And it's so ironic, like transparent to now. First group home, first time out the gate, right? Learn, pass, fail. right? Pass, fail. All because you put your trust in somebody else and they miss a simple step. You want the money so bad, you getting paid, but you didn't execute. So now what we got to do, wait a couple more days, but we going to pass. Because now what I'm going to do is, okay, now I can't get little Larry who's the licensed electrician in them. I got to go deal with the big company and pay that fee to make sure it's done correctly. And now put you on payroll. When I call you, you going to come get the money. Little Larry, you going to stick to little jobs. You ain't ready for this big boy game yet. But it comes with time. I'm not belittling you, and I'm not shutting down business. But what you're not about to do is shut down my operation. See, that's what we got to keep in mind, too, that just because we black businesses don't mean that we can't do business with you. It's just the right amount of business and what you can handle, right? If you can handle 3, I'm going to test you. You do these 3, now, okay, cool. Now we give you 4. Now we got to spoon feed you like a baby, right? You got to crawl before you walk.
No doubt.
You got to crawl. No company started overnight, and the CEO didn't start out at the top. He mopped the floors. We the same way. 10 years from now, you should be a billionaire or a multi-millionaire if you're not one now, right? But that's just off the camera.
Group of millionaires.
But that's what we deserve. That's our birthright. To be able to walk into the bank and say, I'm finna buy this 10-unit apartment building, they look at me crazy when I tell them how I'm about to do it. And I never heard of it. Yeah, I buy houses for $3,000 every day of the week. I'm gonna turn around and put the construction costs on a business credit card, 12 to 18 months interest free. And when I'm done with it in 60 days, I'm gonna refinance it. Because I paid for it cash. I need all my money back. I need all that. Rinse and repeat. But if your personal credit ain't in position, don't come talking to me about business credit. You could do it, but you need to learn from somebody who really doing it, who gonna hold your hand through it. So when that rain come, I dodge raindrops, baby. I got 4 umbrellas in my car.
So Nick, just you just put some fire. I gotta get the fire extinguisher, somebody. Hey, listen,
Ring the alarm. Huh?
Listen, man. So you just dropped some dimes for the people that's listening to get things in order. We heard so many other episodes about the order of things,
right,
and the way things should be. You're not only in business but for our community, man.
Right.
It's important. But can you give us 3 takeaways that we can really grasp and really start to gain some ground on, and where we are today in today's society, and how you may maneuver around and really get things done, and what some of your grassroots that really people can get to stick to.
I got you. I think for anybody, the first thing is your mindset. You got to stop listening to other people project their fears on you, and they talk you out of doing stuff. Stop speaking about what you're going to do and just do it, and tell everybody what you did after you did it. That's one. Second, and if you go back to 1, pray first. Ask God for the strength. Like my favorite scripture is Phil 4:13. Because I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All things, not some. You got to get your faith together. It's your mindset. It's your faith. And if you don't have a faith, I highly encourage you get closer to something that you can believe in that's going to give you that strength you need. Because it's not the money. And if you focus more so on the money, you're going to give up. And then you're going to lose your why. Most people don't really understand their reason of why they're doing it. And that's why they give up so easily, right? You know what I'm saying? That's just, for me, that's key things.
They lose it.
That's your foundation, right? Like when you go in your house, your basement, right?
The basement.
That's the foundation. That's what's going to hold this thing together when that wind is blowing at 100 miles an hour. When them trees get to falling, the foundation is still going to be there even if it comes through the house. The foundation. That's it. Those are the pillars, right?
Yes.
It's just those things, your mindset, your faith, and just understanding your foundation, your core. Like, who are you inside? Why are you doing this? Like, seriously, when you understand your why, man, it won't break you. Let's just put it like this. If I lost everything tomorrow, everything, I get it all back in 60 days. Why? Because I went through the storms from 2015 till now. It's going to make me run faster. It's going to make me run harder. And it's going to make me get right to it through my relationships I built with good people along those years. Most people, just go back to the three things, right? Most people, you don't even have good relationships with people. You can't call nobody right now and get $1,000. 1,000. Let alone, I tell you what, you can't call 10 people and get $100. But why do we have $1,000 phones? You mean to tell me you don't have 10 people in this thing right here that you could get $1,000? 1,000. I said $100 from each person. And they give it to you for 30 days. You say, listen, man, I'm on hard times. I'm going through something. I just need it for just a little bit. Give me a little bit. 9 times out of 10, if you good people, they just going to give it to you and say, look, give it back to me when you can. And they're going to give you more because it's like, if I give you 100, I kind of know you need more. But if I give you 100, just give it back to me when you say you're going to give it back to me. And if you're a good person of character, you're going to give them it back. And they're going to be like, well, you did what you said you was going to do. So now you can get it. Well, you can get whatever you want from me. Whatever you want. Right?
Yes.
But those three things, your mindset, your faith, your why, your willpower, your foundation. Like, seriously. Like, you a man of integrity. You won't fail your family because they count on you. For me, my why, I wanted to make my kids millionaires. That's it. My mother didn't get the chance to do that because she didn't meet people like I did early enough to make that happen. That's not her fault, though. I can't fault her for that. It's my obligation and my duty to make sure that what's behind me, we good. My grandkid's good. My great-grandkid's good, dog. You ain't selling nothing. It's in a trust. Nothing. And the life insurance ain't going to do nothing but pay the death tax. So what you need to sell it for again? My kids, you want to go to college? Rental roll. I mean, if you want to do good in school, I want you to do well enough to where you get scholarships. But let's be realistic. Most kids don't put in that work ethic. If we being real and transparent, right? But it's understanding my foundation and my why. I knew that already. My why now is that's why I started a nonprofit, to give back. I just want to do community works.
Tell them about the Drake Center right quick, bro.
That's it. The Drake Center, again, by the grace of God, that was a vision. And a funny story. The center was birthed because somebody came to me wanting the space, but they didn't execute when the time came. So what did I do? Prayed about it. I said, God, what you want me to do? This for my people. Don't put the company name on it. This is legacy. It's the Drake Center. And this is what you're going to do with it. Ever since my birthday, we feed the homeless every weekend. We do community works. Non-stop. Saturdays was Love Day, but now it's Love Weekend. Love Weekend was inspired and created because every time you go somewhere and there's somebody in front of you or somebody behind you, just pay for it. Just a random act of kindness. You don't need to know I bought your coffee, but I took care of that. So now what you do is you put it in the ecosystem to whereas I bought your coffee, now it's your obligation and your duty to either tip that person with the money you was going to spend or pay for the next person behind you. Now, at that point, you have a choice. It's your decision. Do I want to do right with this money or do I want to keep it? But if you keep it, you stop the circulation. But if you're a person of integrity, you only going to do what's right. They pay for mine, I'm going to pay for yours. Or better yet, here, this is for you today. Thank you. Everybody's still winning. You still making an impact on lives. Imagine if everybody did that one day a week.
One day a week. I actually did it last week, man, at Dunkin' Donuts. I got I got a caramel latte.
Okay.
And I was like, you know, I recognized the lady. I think she was a lady in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And I said, I'm gonna take care of the young lady behind me. Total came up to $28.
Yeah. Didn't even know it
like,
though.
Okay. I did drop a card on them though.
Okay.
Like, hey, I wanted them to know that, you know, your neighbor was thinking about you, and at the same time, I have a nonprofit organization. If you ever was wondering what I did and who I do it for,
That's it.
That's it, man. How can the people reach you, Drake, man? I thank you so much.
For me, through the center, because we offer so much services, the Drake Center, mental health services, physical, mental, health and wellness programs, housing.
Contact info?
Yeah. Man,
What's
on
your Instagram?
IG, Drake1234, Facebook, Nick Drake, email Mecca1228@yahoo.com. And I mean, honestly, I just pop up. Like people do stuff, I just support because I think for me, it's all about a lot of times people look at other people and see clout. For me, I never saw that. I never wanted to be at the circle or anything like that or sit at the table. I want to own the building. So that way I don't have to worry about chairs and tables and things like that. So that way when my people come up, you don't have to think about those things. Or when I come and support, it's all from a place of just being genuine. I'm just here because such and such. It's not about, no, I run in this circle and things of that. And that's why, you know, one of the key things about even with my IG, I travel so much in the other states because, like, I really love Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Like Atlanta, every time I go there, it's love. It's just like, man, when you get there, they embrace you. Man, why can't we have that in our city? Like, why does it have to be like so much competition? Or it's like, why does it have to be, well, you in this circle, so I really don't rock with you? Like, if we had something going on 10 years ago, like, put that in the past. You shouldn't even carry that on your heart. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago that I am now. Right? And if I did disrespect you, I did something out of character, I apologize to you for the way I acted because at that time I wasn't who I am. What's wrong with apologizing or saying, hey, listen, that's not the same person? Or what can I do to help you? And genuinely want to help. Like genuinely, not behind like, hey, I need you to do this and do that, or I want you to do this. Like, nah. Like when it comes to even a shout out on IG, like, I just support you. Like, think about this. Before we go.
Yes, sir.
You see so many people's birthdays, right? You got 1,000 followers. Everybody knows it's your birthday. Why do only a handful of people tell you happy birthday? Or people see you with your somebody, like say for instance your mother, it's her birthday, right? What's wrong with everybody on your page saying happy birthday to your mother? Just be out of love for you, right? What's wrong with just spreading the love? Like, when you start thinking about things like that, it's different. Like, it ain't just about superstar. Everybody could tell Diddy happy birthday, but you can't tell your cousin happy birthday? Like, you say LeBron, congratulations for winning finals and he opening up the school, but your cousin just opened up her own bakery and you ain't even supporting your cousin.
I told Mr. Dobbins, OD Dad, happy birthday today. But I try to be intentional about that stuff. When I say prayers and condolences to you, like I take a minute out and I pray for that individual. I
never want nobody to go through what I went through and lost my mother. When I was young, 13 years ago, I'm still young. I don't even know what that's like. And to lose my mother without life insurance, think about that. And to people to tell you, like, you got life insurance through your job or you still have it. Bro, when you leave that job, you ain't got life insurance no more unless you keep up the payment. But now it's so higher because it was coming out your regular job. I'm not keeping that. Right. You don't even understand what $10 to $15 a month can do for your family. Absolutely. Just $10 to $15. Or we used to say $1 a day.
$1 a day.
Yeah. And that was it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nick Drake, man. Thank you so much, bro. Oh my God.
No, thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely, man. Your energy is great, bro. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. God bless you.